47 to 51. Highs anywhere from 57 to 60. Thursday, a chance of a scattered thunderstorm. Lows somewhere between 52 and 58. Our highs somewhere between 68 and 71. Friday, we'll see partly sunny west to east, more showers toward the east. Our lows somewhere between 42 and 51. The highs, we'll call it 56 to 61. Saturday, mostly sunny. Lows 36 to 43. Our highs, we'll call it 63 to 71. Sure enough, sunny on Sunday. The lows 40 to 45. Our highs somewhere between that 71 and 75 degree range. Neighbor, there's your holiday week weather. Neighbor, let's take a look at corn, beans, wheat, and cotton. Corn prices added another 2 to 4.25 cents to the downside across the front month contracts yesterday in lieu of major news developments. New crop December closed a 51.5 cent discount to spot December compared to a 45 cent discount earlier this month and a larger than $1 discount back at the contract high in May. Soy meal futures dropped $2.40 to $3 a ton on the board Tuesday. Pressure in bean prices 2.25 to 7 cents lower for the day. Chicago wheat stayed above Monday's low, the lowest print since August, but ended Tuesday near the session lows and down by 7.5 to 8.75. Front month hard red winter futures saw new lower lows on Tuesday, save the December contract. For March hard red winter at 910.5 was the lowest print since 920. After cotton started Thanksgiving week with a limit loss, turnaround Tuesday buying bounced cotton by 115 to 321 points higher. For December, that closed the second trade day at a net 391 point loss for the week. Neighbor, there's your corn, beans, wheat, and cotton from yesterday. I'm Larry Marble from down on the farm. We're at the kitchen table, and our guest today is Stephen from D&D, and you're bringing us some Preferred information, aren't you?
Yes, sir, Larry. So the boss ordered one too many truckloads of stuff from Preferred this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and offer 10% off all Preferred panels and squeeze chutes exclusively to Down on the Farm listeners while supplies last.
Down on the Farm listeners, you need to get in on this action. How much percentage?
10%.
Get on down to D&D right now. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, and I'm at extension 160.
Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from yesterday. We'll begin with lean hogs and the national pork carcass cutout value, 69 lower in the afternoon at 91.30. Tuesday's federal slaughter, 492,000 head for a week-to-date total of 980. That's even with last week's pace. As we move toward the wholesale box beef price, higher in the afternoon by $1.06, increase in the choice and 95 in the select. USDA estimates federal cattle slaughter, 129,000 head. That set the week's total to 257, matching last week's pace. USDA confirmed another light to non-existent cash trade market on Tuesday. 152 to 153 is what we saw last week. 151 to 152 were our bids on Tuesday. As we look toward the wholesale box, already covered that. Neighbor, looks to me like that's it for your meat moves on Tuesday. We are on the line with Gary Butler, Nixon Livestock. Gary, how'd the Monday sale go?
Larry, it was a little lighter than we expected it to be with the weather conditions the way it was. We got maybe almost a half an inch of rain. Cattle, we had 442, 122 cows and 7 bulls. Market was good, Larry. I was sort of leery about it. A lot of the big players were out, but we had plenty of buyers and got along real well. 2 and 3 weight steers, $1.47 to $1.75. Heifers, $1.22 to $1.43. 3 and 4 weight steers, $1.39 to $2.03. Heifers, $1.06 to $1.53. 4 and 5 weight steers, $1.45 to $1.95. Heifers, $1.29 to $1.91. 5 and 6 weight steers, $1.47, $1.90. Heifers, $1.27, $1.58. 6 and 7 weight steers, $1.32 to $1.67. And the heifers, $1.23 to $1.50. 7 and 8 weight steers, bull yearling, $1.29 to $1.48. And the heifers, $1.06 to $1.33. Slaughter cows got 76 for the best cow. Slaughter bulls, $90 to $1.06. Didn't have any palpated cows to mount thing, and we had one pair bring 835 there.
And we'll sell back again on Monday, won't we?
Yes, sir, we sure will. Our last sale of the year will be in December the 12th, Larry. Will be the last sale of the year, which is about 3 more sales this year if anybody got any cattle that they need to get rid of for the new year. And want to thank everybody for bringing their cattle and all our customers and our buyers, and hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Gary Butler.
You can catch us here at Selborne, Larry, 830-582-1561 or 62. Catch me on mobile, 830-857-4330. And I know of about 50 to 60 calves coming for next week, and I imagine we'll have a little bit bigger run if the weather permits.
Good deal. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
I'm Larry Marble, and I'm on the line with Tamara Sharp. Tamara, why do we need a realtor who specializes in farms, ranches, and vacant land?
Well, Larry, large acreage and vacant land transactions are not the same as residential transactions. There are aspects to negotiations, restrictions, utilities, contract, marketing, title work, and more that require expert guidance, something you'll get from Homestead and Ranch Real Estate.
Tamara, tell me how it's different with y'all.
The agents with Homestead and Ranch Real Estate are rural home and land specialists through our continued market research, experience, and our classic approach to customer service. We keep up with prices in an ever-changing market.
Tamara, tell everybody in the Down on the Farm audience how they can get a hold of you.
They can call me directly at 254-744-6876, and I give you my word, I will call you back, or visit homesteadandranch.com.
Tamara, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
Absolutely, Larry. Thank you.
We are on the line with Klein Spear from Southwest Livestock Exchange, Uvalde. We're talking about how good the sheep and goat sale was. Klein, describe the action for us.
Went well today. We had 500 head pretty much today, but last week just kind of running into the holiday here, so a little lighter run, but thought it got along pretty well. Those heavy lambs $1.30 to $1.80, and the light lambs $2.10 to $3.10. Fat ewes $60 to $1.25, and those thin pack ewes $40 to $85. Packer nannies today $80 to $1.45, and those fat Spanish nannies $1.10 to $1.70, and the stocker nannies $1.60 to $2.35. Good cabritos today $2.50, about $3.50 on the high end there. Those lightweights $2 up to $3.70, and the billies today were $1.80 up to $2.25. So pretty good little market here going into the Thanksgiving holiday.
I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving. We will not have a cattle sale, so tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the next 3 sales before Christmas.
Call us the office, 830-278-5621, or my cell phone, 830-591-3241. And I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see them back next week.
All right, Klein, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm, and we're on the line with Brandon DeBose from DeBose Pipe, Panel, and Gate. This what year did they start?
Man, they started in 1976. Grandfather started this business, backyard in Lomita, Texas.
Brandon, describe your product line and services provided.
Yes, sir. We do entrances. We sell pipe. We sell livestock gates, pasture gates, heavy-duty corral gates. You know, any kind of gates you'd really need out there on your farm, your pasture, whatever it is.
The phrase that y'all use within the commercial is wholesale to the public.
We're under competitors' retail prices, and our panels are the first and only to ever have a lifetime warranty against any livestock. Our heavy-duty line, they're made out of a 2-inch Schedule 80 pipe frame and 1 5/8 14-gauge rails, and they're going to weigh around 150 pounds. We're very confident in the way they're built, the material they're built out of. We're very confident in our employees that put these things together. And, man, there's nothing more frustrating than going buying a competitor's panel and setting up your pins and having a bull try to jump out of it and tear 3 or 4 panels, and there you are having to go buy 3 or 4 more. When ours, man, you bring that panel back, show us where they try to jump through to jump over, and if it's damaged by any livestock beyond use, let us know, man. We replace it, no questions asked.
Now, you offer financing, too.
We go through a company called Sweet Pay Financing. It's been a very handy tool.
You're at the Lomita location. Give us your phone number for the Lomita location.
Lomita location, we can be reached at area code 512-752-3200.
And the website,
www.dubospanels.com.
Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of Texas News and Views with Farm Bureau's Kerry Martin. Kerry, what's our topic?
Another poor rating for the Texas wheat crop. I'm Kerry Martin with Texas News and Views on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. We are down to the last few USDA crop condition reports of this season, and Texas has had a poor wheat crop rating all year long. For much of the year, we reported that Texas had the worst wheat crop in the nation. But now, USDA's Brad Rippey says we only have the second worst wheat crop in the nation.
52% of the crop rated very poor to poor is Colorado. and that is a 7-point increase from last week. Not too far behind is Texas, 49% very poor to poor. Oklahoma at 41%, and the number one production state, Kansas, coming in at 40%, as well as Nebraska. So again, this crop has a lot of hurdles to overcome due to drought, early season cold, leaving it poorly established. And we've got the overwintering period ahead of us, and we'll have to see how it looks when we get to the spring.
Here's how the wheat ratings in this week report shake out. They're rating 19% of the Texas wheat crop good to excellent, 32% fair, and just under half, 49% of the Texas wheat crop rated poor to very poor. The report also shows that 95% of the wheat has been planted, 80% has emerged. Cotton harvest also moving forward here in Texas as we wrap up this year's crop. 71% of the cotton crop now harvested. That is well ahead of the 64% 5-year average pace.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
We are fortunate here in Texas to have a lot of land available to produce food and fiber, but the future of agriculture does not lie in land availability.
People are appalled when I tell them that we lose 1 square mile of farmland every day to urban sprawl. Well, that's not the limiting factor. We've got plenty of land. We're not going to run out of land. And we've got acres and acres and acres. We'll never be short of a place to grow food for the human race.
That's Texas Commissioner of Agriculture Sid Miller, who says the real problem is water.
The limiting factor, you just mentioned it, is water. We're out. There is no more water. It's a finite amount. So if you can farm or not depends on if you get rainfall or if you've got irrigation water. The state of Texas owns all of the surface water. A lot of people don't even know that, but we have river authorities to manage that. We have Brazos, Trinity, Colorado, etc., river authorities, and they allocate that to farmers and cities and manufacturing. But since we're right at 30 million people across our state, we don't have enough. So the only other source is groundwater.
And those water tables and aquifers are constantly dropping, so growing food and fiber in our state will only become more challenging in the years ahead. I'm Kerry Martin on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans and all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains courtesy of the USDA. Corn through the Texas Panhandle, 776 3/4 to 806 3/4, down 2 3/4. Milo 686 to 723 3/4, down 2 3/4. Hard red winter wheat 865 to 915, down 8 3/4. Texas cotton, East Texas 114 bale, 79.82 to 80.17. West Texas 508 bale at 80.17 to 81.67. That made the 622 average 80.45. Neighbor, looks to me like that's it for the best darn farm show in Texas. No brag, just fact. We're going to take a couple of days off, so we appreciate the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network for allowing us to use their programming in our absence. God bless you, neighbor. Have a prayerful Thanksgiving. Good day.